I've made some changes to my auto scroll search extension for Upland, and I thought I'd make a new video. The extension works with Mac or PC as long as it's a Chrome-based browser. Edge-based browsers work as well because they are also a Chrome-based browser. The extension changes I made are mainly cosmetic, but I did allow it to work on another page as well. Once you've downloaded the auto scroll search extension, it should be 1.3.1 as the version. And if you have a previous version, you can remove it. This is the switch you would use to activate it. For the first time you're using it, you may need to refresh the browser. It depends on what you've been doing previously as to whether or not it'll work. I'll show you what the problem usually is if that's needed. To activate it, you just go to the extensions icon and then start it, and then show controller. If you've used this before, it will appear in the position it was in last time, but it may appear over here if it's the first time you've ever used it. I'm going to activate the collections tab in Upland, and the collection I'm going to be looking at is Newbie. And if you've used Upland at all before, you know that Newbie is probably one of the hardest collections to search for your property in, because you have to search the entire collection list for whatever it is you're looking for. And often if it's near the bottom, you can miss it while you're searching because it's difficult to find addresses. And that's why I made this in the first place. I don't like having to search for very long in this list. I have, not that many properties really, but it's longer than I want to search for. The way you search is to enter a primary search item first. This is the primary item address. It's the one in blue. The secondary term is the secondary or the second row, I guess you'd call it. If you type in, let's say, 126, and I search for this, it should find the very first one. There it goes. So if I were to type in LOS into the first one for Los Angeles and auto search, it won't find it. No matter what I do, it's not going to find that because it's not in the first row. If I delete that and put it in the second row, it still won't find it. It needs to have a primary search item as well. So if I typed in 126 in Los Angeles and search for that, it will find it immediately. So for this to work, you have to have a primary search item, and the item that you're looking for has to be in the first row. You can't just search for Los Angeles. Not only that would return a lot of results, but depending upon your collections, I guess. But I'm going to be looking for 1119 in Las Vegas. And if I type in 11 and then LAS, it's going to find all of the addresses I have with 11 in Las Vegas. I'm going to clear this and then auto search. And you'll see that it found one almost immediately, but it's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for 1119. To continue on the search, I'll press manual search and now start to scroll with my mouse. And as I go, it'll find every address in Las Vegas with a 11 in it. And I don't have to do anything else, just scroll. And there's the one I'm looking for. So it is actually quite useful and quite easy to use, but the automatic part only works for the first address that you're looking for. If you have two addresses that are identical in the same city, which unlikely wouldn't happen, but it would become impossible for you to find them automatically. You would have to do it the way I just did it. You auto search for the first one and then manual search for the second one. You can also manual search for any image you want automatically, and I have added a back to the top button which automatically scrolls back to the top to help out. if I were looking for any address that had 1 in it, and I just press the manual search button, I can now, it's saying manual scroll stopped, so I'm going to clear this, and then manual search. Now it's looking, it's ready, and it's found no matches. So anytime it finds a 1 in the first line, it will highlight it. And I can continue to scroll, and it continues to show me any address that I have with 1 in it. If I scroll too quickly, it may not see them. So you may need to scroll slower for it to find them. And it will continue to look as you go until you press the stop searching button, and then clear resets it. So that's pretty much it. You can play around with it. It should find what you're looking for if you use it correctly. The primary search term is the top one. The secondary search is the city. Auto scroll search only finds the first item. Manual scroll search can find the rest. Back to the top zooms back up to the top of the list. Find the list finds the window that you are searching in. If you are getting strange behavior, let's say it's finding something in one of the other windows, you may not be searching the correct list. And if that's the case, if you press find list and it shows you that it's searching the entire screen, you may need to refresh the browser window. Clear obviously clears the search feature. It doesn't clear the window, it just clears the search function that you've already got running. And start and stop will, you can either use that button or F4 and it will actually start or stop the scrolling. That's pretty much it. You can drag this anywhere you want it to be. And the other feature I added was in the Upland census. I watched a video the other day on YouTube where someone requested that Upland add a search feature to this list because this can go on for quite a while. And there is no navigation bar on the side like you would normally find. There is nothing you can grab onto and scroll up and down. So it can take quite a lot of mouse movement or scrolling wheel movement before you find what you're looking for. So I've added a feature where it will also work with this page. So if you start this here and let's say I want to search for Hollywood, and I type in Holly and go auto search, it will start scrolling through the list until it finds Hollywood. This list scrolls slower than the collections window does, but it will still find it. And it should show up in a second or two here. There we go. If you want to, you can also do this in the same way. I'm going to clear this, and if I start or stop, it automatically clears it. Back to the top, zooms right up to the top again. If I push manual search, this works in the same way. I can then scroll manually, and you'll see that it highlights Hollywood when it finds it. So this is another way. If I were to say type in wood, for example, clear this search, and then go back to the top, and then do a manual search, it will now find all of the items with wood in them. So there's woodland, Quailwood, Hollywood, Englewood, North Hollywood, and so on. So it's the same kind of thing, but now it works in the census window for Upland as well. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.